The 5 sauce policy.
Forget the bank robberies, forget the DV, forget anything else going on. We are rolling deep to Chick-fil-A
chicken nugget sauce
on a strict count policy. And you cannot turn down a call as police dispatch. But I'll be like, I might have said, really? You calling me about this right now?
Let's talk about what you got going on. I promise you. Bro, I ain't gonna call the police or nothing. You gotta talk to me, all right? Can't do it like this.
Before you call the police, what else can be done?
I'm dead.
VP.
Welcome to
Building Bridges with Black Men.
We're back. You might want to eat more chicken at home. Because in this situation, eating more chicken, going to one of the places that a lot of us love, might end up getting the police called on you. That is Chick-fil-A.
Just remember, you only get a certain amount of sauces.
Yeah.
Only the number of sauces.
So, yeah, I mean, most of us know Chick-fil-A as being, the highest level of customer service.
Yes, indeed.
But according to this article, they have some very strict policies on how much sauce you can get based on your meal,
Yeah, and when you tune into this one, make sure you put comments down there. Do you know what the limit of sauces you can get? Because I'm curious. I mean, I've always gotten more than the 5 sauces that this article talks about. So, yeah.
So if you get a chicken sandwich, you can get only 1 thing of mayo?
Yeah.
Or can you get 2? Is there a per sandwich mayo, a per nugget sauce?
Yeah.
Policy?
On the real, when you comment on, please let me know, have you ever been told there has been a sauce limit?
Yeah. Is there a policy on the sauces?
Right.
So we can go ahead.
All right, let's get into this. It says, in a TikTok video that garnered over 134,000 views, the user, her name is Adelaide Reese, says that a Chick-fil-A manager was adamant about enforcing a 5 sauce limit on a $60 order she placed with the fast casual chain. In the video's caption, Adelaide Reese claims the store manager, Anthony, accused her of trespassing over the sauce debacle. In the video, the manager can be heard saying, "It's 2. It's initially unclear as to whether or not he's speaking to someone on the phone or the person recording him. Yeah, a couple, 2, Adelaide Reese says to the manager. The manager then speaks to the phone, presumably conversing with the law enforcement officer, as a TikToker intoned, one's male, one's female, they're causing a large scene and they won't leave.
Oh.
He then pauses in response into the phone. They're both African American, probably in their mid-20s, I'm not sure, black hoodie that says Tokyo and jeans.
Wearing a hoodie.
Mm-hmm. He continued to give a description of the couple off camera. Just so you know, you'll be all over TikTok, Adelaide Reese says, before a man off camera chimes as well, right, and you should stop lying to the police, sir. So you have somebody off camera in earshot, visual shot, saying to the manager, you need to stop lying, sir. So just to point out, thank you. We need allies to speak up when you see injustice. Be an ally. And this was simple. And whoever you are, appreciate you for saying, stop lying. You held accountability. You stepped up. Thank you for that. Then as the article goes on, the woman says the manager name on camera, Anthony from Chick-fil-A, before vowing to call Chick-fil-A corporate on him. As she speaks, Anthony can be heard continuing his conversation on the phone. The TikToker gave further insight into the altercation into a follow-up video. Adelaide Reese explains that the couple stopped at the Chick-fil-A location to get some food after Christmas shopping for their 3 daughters. They decided to order inside the store as the drive-through line was packed. They had 0 issues placing their order. When their order was completed, Anthony, the manager in the video, who was speaking on the phone, gave them their food. The TikToker said, however, they weren't given any sauce. Now, we had a full order. We had 2 spicy chicken deluxe sandwiches. We had 2 macaroni and cheeses. We had a waffle fry She got a salad. We had a 30-piece nugget. A lot of food, the man in the video says. The manager then allegedly told them that they would only get 5 sauces for the nuggets that they ordered, and that would be all. When they asked for more sauces, they claimed the manager announced he would be enforcing the strict sauce count policy moving forward, starting with the couple who recorded the video. Pause. we gonna pause on this floor real quick. Again, has any of you, do you know what the strict sauce count policy is?
Well, this policy must be so important because you can call the police on you.
Yes.
if you violate the 5 sauce policy.
Forget the bank robberies, forget the DV, forget anything else going on. We are rolling deep to Chick-fil-A
chicken nugget sauce
on a strict count policy. Now, you cannot turn down a call as police dispatch, but I'll be like, I might have said, really? You calling me about this right now? So again, everybody has a job to do.
But that's why the ally was saying, stop lying, because the way he described it on the call was they're causing a scene.
Thank you.
They won't leave. He's wearing a hoodie. It's 2 black people. You know, they ain't saying nothing about no chicken sauce. So that was a way of lying about it.
Right.
To get the police there.
Right.
If they told the truth, like you said, you'd have been like, I'm not coming out there about no 5 count policy.
Polynesian sauce. Give me the ranch. And they went on to say that they, quote unquote, didn't get really loud with the manager and were simply asking for more sauce before the manager said that he was going to call the police on them. However, they said another employee gave them more Chick-fil-A sauce while the manager was on the phone with local authorities explaining the sauce conundrum.
Wow.
Listen to that. So the manager's on the phone. Some sort of visual representation of an issue was seen by an employee. Mm-hmm. Whether it was loud, she said we didn't get too loud, whether they were just like, look, the line is not moving with the manager, Anthony. So this employee takes it upon herself to say, let me go in and get you this sauce. Because either A, it wasn't that big of a deal.
It's some sauce.
It's some sauce, man.
Which at Chick-fil-A, I'm sure in the back there's up 10,000. I know it's money, but I mean, like I said, some other restaurants, if you do want more, say, okay, it's extra 25 cents or something. Why is it there? Why are you calling the police?
Thank you.
Charge them more. And I'm sure they would say they're in a rush, they probably would have did it.
Thank you.
Oh, can I get another 10 extra sauces for $2? Here, boom, boom. Everything's good. But it seemed like it must not have been such an issue if the other employee did it.
Thank you.
So if the policy is not that strict, then how could the other employee do it?
Let me read on. He tried to put his hand in my food and grab it and tell me I'm going to get a refund. Before her partner adds that they were rushing and trying to get home to their kids so they could have a meal together. They went on to say that, quote unquote, they didn't get really loud with the manager, or simply asking for more sauce before the manager said that he was going to call the police on them. As I said earlier, however, they said another employee gave them more Chick-fil-A sauce while the manager was on the phone with local authorities explaining the sauce conundrum. I was in shock that he actually called the police over sauce. Everyone else in the store was going about their day like normal. It wasn't a disturbance. We were literally just asking for more sauce. We have to do better. We're wasting police officers' time and resources. This Chick-fil-A, whether it's a franchise, you got a stain, and you got Anthony out here being like, like the sauce police. Stop it.
Now in the New York Post, I think they actually spoke to the owner. So it's not. I don't know if all Chick-fil-A's have some privately owned franchise and some corporate. Well, they talked to the owner and to say, what's going on? Was Anthony, was this motivated by race, possibly? And the owner said, well, Anthony can't possibly be racist. He has somebody black in his family.
Oh man, stop it. Stop it.
So who is this? His uncle, brother-in-law, cousin, adopted sister? I mean, just because you have someone black you may have in your family doesn't mean that you're just automatically immune to prejudices.
Yeah, you don't get no exemptions.
I mean, you hear it in just his call.
Right.
The woman who was part of the duo here, I don't know if they were married or not, but the couple, she said she felt like he was weaponizing their race when he called to say it's two of them, male or female, African American, wearing a hoodie. They're causing a commotion.
And they're in their 20s, right?
They won't leave. They're in their 20s. They won't leave. That's when the person said, "Stop lying," because based on their statement, they weren't even that loud.
No.
They were just saying, "Hey, we want some more sauce. We got all this food. We didn't get no sauce."
And who's to say that if you said, "Hey, ma'am, sir, you want more sauce," it's going to cost additional quarter, 50 cents. You didn't even try that. You didn't try that. Again, as we say, before you call the police, what else could be done? You didn't offer that up.
Yeah. Offer something. I mean, there had to have been 10 million things. I mean, the easiest thing would be like, "Oh, how much more you want?"
Thank you.
If there is, like I said, we still don't know.
Right.
If there is a 5 sauce policy for a certain amount of nuggets, then what other things as a manager do you have liberty to do? I mean, I haven't been a manager at a fast food, but when you work in sales, there's always at least some leeway they
Thank
give
you.
for the sake of customer satisfaction.
Correct.
Say,
Correct.
Okay, we have a 5-count policy, but can we do this way? Like you said, can I charge you extra?
Exactly.
Can I do such and such and such? That comes with that. Can I give you some more nuggets so I can give you some more sauce?
Thank you.
There's 10,000 things they could have did.
And why did a coworker just go and get more sauce?
Yeah.
Because it must not have been that big of a deal. Because clearly, if it didn't say assistant manager, it just said another employee there.
Yeah, it's not.
So if it was a subordinate, probably like, I'm not making this big of a deal. Just give these people the sauce.
Just give them sauce. Why are you calling the police right away?
Right.
In a busy day of the parking lot, the drive-thru's busy, inside's busy, and you're taking time to call the police on this couple.
That is the best time to give up more sauce.
Yeah.
You're busy. Whatever you need. You want an extra donut? I'm sorry your cup is bent. Give them what they need so you can move on.
Yeah.
Now to the listening audience, well, you never own a store and everything counts. Okay, let's say everything is counted. You got to count the number of sauces in the evening. Put the policy up, number one, so we all know where it is. Put the policy on the receipts that are given us when we get our food. But don't blanketly start saying, "I'm going to enforce a policy with you today."
And the policy's punishment is the police will come and deal with you.
Yeah.
Put some sauce.
Right. Don't disrespect the police officers like that.
Yeah.
Anthony. You calling the police officer.
That's a waste of their time. I mean,
right.
And and if he does it too much, that's calling the wolf. What's it? The boy that cried wolf.
Yeah.
Because when there's actually a real issue at the store, where there actually is someone, let's say, with a weapon or someone's fighting, that's the situation when you call the police, not a customer that wants some more. And they said they weren't loud, but let's say they were a little agitated.
Okay, let's go with
Still,
that. Right.
Do you still call the police?
Right.
Managing a store? I mean, angry customers is part of the job, especially when you're a public type of business like that. The only way you resolve it is, let me call law enforcement with a gun to come and resolve it?
Yeah, because the Chick-fil-A experience that I had has been great. Yeah. I mean, whether we're dining in, hey, do you need anything? Can I get you anything else? I mean, the works has been great. Even in line, hey, can I get some more sauce? There's never been an issue or a question when wanting more. I mean, it literally seems like the customer's always right.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is an isolated incident at this Las Vegas, Nevada Chick-fil-A, but practical advice for the Anthonys and the managers of the world that you come in contact with people of color, specifically African Americans. It's just figure out what the customer wants. Don't always first feel like you have to call the police.
Yeah.
Whether that's something you've been conditioned, you feel a threat, read the room, see what the situation's about before you feel like I gotta call the police.
Yeah. And I guess too, like I said, we're saying to the Anthonys of the world, I guess people may think they're not someone like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, before you even think about doing that, saying, you know, I mean, that's one of the joys of, you know, social media now.
Right, yes.
One thing you should at least think of is, do you want to be on TikTok?
Right.
You want to be on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you do, hopefully that's a deterrent.
Right.
If it's not, you know, just it doesn't make any sense. Wasting the police time by doing that. There's much more important things they should be dealing with than resolving a sauce, what they say, fiasco or something.
Yeah. Yeah. And you instituting a sauce policy. Now, I mean, and you should want to do better. You should want to treat people. Just be kind. I mean, to make that statement, just be kind, fits for this sort of situation. Again, we're not talking about Black Friday running into Walmart trying to get the last TV and we grabbing it. We're just talking about people who paid $60 for some food.
Yeah.
So you've already gotten their money and all they want is some additional sauce. But the last thing we need to be doing is calling law enforcement. The emotions that you may see that we have at times comes from a place that we have probably been in situations similar to this before.
Yeah.
Think about that. We may have been in situations before where we have been wrong for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden you encounter us. I would only ask that you may look at it from a lens or think like, have they been wrong in other situations? We're not looking for a pass. We're just saying, sometimes let me just take a moment and see what the issue is, see how it can be solved. And then if it can't, you've tried everything and it's getting out of hand. We're not saying you can't never call the police.
Yeah.
What this has always been about is what can you do before you first call the police?
Yeah, before that's the immediate thing to do.
Right.
If there is no violence, no threat to harm, and it's just them being expressive,
Yes.
that doesn't mean call the police immediately because of expressing themselves.
Right.
Like I said, this may be the 10th thing they've dealt with today.
Exactly.
Or within the week.
Right.
Dealing with being wronged or feel like there's something that's been wrong to them. And they're just being expressive. That's a cultural thing.
Right.
Go to a black church.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's usually very expressive.
All right. Right.
So any service worker, just think about that. It's not a police call immediately. Just ask the question, well, how can we resolve this?
Right. Right.
Well, definitely apologize. I mean, I think if you apologize and say, how can we address this?
And a lot of times your ability to handle conflict is only going to help somebody else who may go through a similar situation. You can speak to here's how you handle it.
Yeah.
But if we always, again, handle the situation first by calling the police, there's really no learning. That's all we learn. Call the police, call the police, call the police.
Yeah.
Learn to do it differently that you can share with somebody else. Here's how I handled a similar situation. Or here's how maybe you can look at it going forward. That's all we ask.
Yeah. Like I said, the podcast is building bridges. And you're not building no bridges by just calling the police first.
You're right.
For every situation. Their child is crying. Let me call the police.
Right.
They're making too much noise. Call the police.
Yeah.
They're standing outside. Call the police.
Right.
I mean, all the different podcasts we've done.
Yeah.
Guy stay in his own house, in his own backyard. Call the police.
So hopefully you see the theme in the podcast that we're doing. There's a theme, obviously. That's what it is. And you think about, in context, building a bridge. Anything you build, it takes time, particularly a bridge. You can't build it overnight. Structurally, you have to make sure everything is in place before you begin to lay foundation. So the same concept applies when it comes to your interaction with with African Americans. How do I navigate, go through this thing slowly so we can each get what we need? It's getting something from one another. It's a reciprocal relationship or interaction that we have. But that's not there when, again, being repetitive on purpose, but we're always calling the police first.
Or you call the police.
What else can be done?
Let's talk about what you got going on. I promise you. Bro, I ain't gonna call the police or nothing. But you gotta talk to me, all right? Can't do it like this. Let's just talk, bro.
Before you call the police, what else can be done?
Can't do it like this. Let's just talk, bro.
What else can be done? Before you call the police, what else can be done?
You making me stop, Daddy. Okay, Daddy, you're stopping. Daddy, just make some dinner.